Touchline talks. No tactics. No filters. Just soccer and some hooligans.
Welcome to our very first and very new podcast, Touchline Talks, with us, the 90th Minute Hooligans. We are the 5 young, handsome men you see on this screen right now. If you're watching or listening, we really appreciate your support, as this is new for all of us. Hopefully we can relate in our passion for one of 3 or all 3 things, being culture, some chaos, and the beautiful game of football, also known as soccer. You're going to see we all have very different personalities here. But we all have a passion for these topics, and we're really excited to speak to all of you about it. You're going to see, we're going to get a chance to get to know you guys. You get to know us. But why should you even be listening to begin with? And I honestly, I don't know yet. But if you think this is just intended for people who are already huge supporters of the game of soccer, then you're mistaken. Our goal here is to bring more awareness of soccer to the U.S. and really help the game grow here. Not only that, but we want to give knowledge to those who know nothing about it, give insights to the sport itself, understanding it, events, and tournaments such as the World Cup, which is coming to the U.S., Canada, and Mexico this summer, 2026. This is what we're really going to focus on for the next 6 months as we prepare for the World Cup. We have a lot of great topics and episodes lined up for you all, from simply learning about the World Cup to learning about the cities where games are going to be played, events being held, places to stay, things to do. And we're really excited for this. The first episode is going to cover a few topics and hopefully answer a lot of questions for you guys, from what is the World Cup? Why should you be excited about it? How many teams are participating? What countries have made it? And how all these teams are chosen and come together. So really diving into it right away. But before we get into the thick of it, let's introduce who we are. And we, again, are the 90th Minute Hooligans. The game of soccer, of course, is played in a 90-minute time frame. And hooligans are known for being rowdy, and we're pretty rowdy. At least we were pretty rowdy in college at one point in time, and we've cooled down a little bit at this point in time. But we're very simply ex-collegiate teammates. We played together once upon a time over 12 years ago now, which is crazy to think that it's been that long. But we once shared the pitch together, playing competitively in the NCAA. But we've since gone our separate ways, living life, but never forgetting the game that of course brought us together in the first place. I'm very thankful that we've continued staying in touch over all these years, and I'm really excited. We wish that we could have had some more of our teammates on. We probably have another 3, 4, 5 teammates who could have a part of this, and we're going to find a way to get them on at some point in time, and we're excited to get them on. But let's go ahead and go around. Let's introduce the core of the 90th Minute Hooligans that you guys see here on the screen. First person I'm going to introduce to the show here, someone that the 4 of us, unfortunately, don't get to interact with much because he's in a whole different country. Lots of memories with this guy, from attending the World Cup in 2014 to us living together here in Charlotte back in 2016, and about to get married in May, which I'm super excited to be attending. So without further ado, welcome to the show, Lucas.
Hey guys, I'm really excited to be here with you. Long time.
Absolutely, man. Love this. So Lucas, tell us where you're from, what you up to nowadays since college, and tell us a little bit about what gets you excited about this, right?
Well, I'm from Brazil. I'm currently living in my city, my hometown, Belo Horizonte. Is a city in southeast Brazil. After I graduated college, I moved back. We lived in Charlotte for a year or so. Then I moved back. I graduated in physical education. Ever since then, I started teaching fute-volley, which is like a sport that combines volleyball with soccer. And I've been doing that for the past 7 years. And
Nice, man.
That's it.
Do you play it a lot though? I mean, you coach it, but do you play it a lot?
Yeah, I used to. Not anymore. My knees can't handle it anymore.
That's sad, because it looks like you're the most in shape here. That's a problem. I know I for sure can. I'll be falling all over the place. Cool, man. Well, we love to have you on the show, Lucas. Excited for this. Second person to the show is someone who has continued being involved in soccer a lot from more of a business aspect. He owns a suite at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. He's constantly finding ways to get more people into soccer-related events there. Got an opportunity to be at his wedding in Tequila, Mexico a couple years ago. Having a blast there, to now having a baby girl, Ava, who is the biggest Atlanta United fan. You can tell by his jersey he has on right now. He is my Mexican brother. Welcome to the show, Jay.
What's going on, guys? Excited to be here. Excited to, start this off. Hats off to Luis for making this happen.
Absolutely, man. We're excited. And tell us, dude, what do you, I feel like every time I look on Instagram or I see something new, I see something, I don't know, like a new business venture. So what the hell have you been up to since college?
Dude, I'm always about innovating, right? So right out of college, I started my own business in real estate. Started out with flips, then bought some cash flow properties, and then focused on residential and commercial. Now to this day, we have a real estate investment company, an advisement company, which we help people start their LLCs and start investing in real estate and help them scale, right? Whether you're brand new or someone that's been in the game that wants to, go all out. With that, it created the business funding side of things, which is where we help people get business funds to invest so they don't have to put their hard-earned money into it. And then we also have a tequila company called Casa de Cuatro. We're about to launch. We haven't yet because of the tariffs right now, but it's an exclusive high-end tequila, right? It's got no preservatives. It's high quality taste. It's awesome to have those kind of things and be able to do that right out of college. Yeah, man, that's what I've been up to.
Is that why the wedding was in tequila? Were you doing business while we were there?
So that's where my family grew up, right? Tequila. That Tequila Jalisco is where all the tequila is made, all the fields and out there. So we have roots there from tequila, and my uncle actually opened up a business. So we're helping it expand here in the US.
Hell yeah, man. That's exciting.
Yes, sir.
Sounds like some free tequila and some rowdy nights coming up.
You already know, brother. You already know. Expect a case at each one of your doorsteps.
Hell yeah. Awesome. Next hooligan I want to introduce is a true hooligan by definition, more so in the rowdiness, which I want everybody to understand that that's what we refer to here. Hooligans tend to have, be known for their rowdy, disruptive, and violent nature, but we are not violent in any way, shape, or form. We're more so on the rowdy side, and this guy by definition is pretty rowdy, pretty disruptive. But when I think of passion and someone who's not only passionate about the game of football or soccer, but very vocal, especially on the sideline at a game, it's this man. If he wasn't on the field slide tackling the hell out of somebody, he was slide tackling them with his words. No matter the sport, he'll find a way to disrupt the game, get in your head. He is my Jamaican brother, Kaylon. Kaylon, welcome to the show, my man.
Hey, man, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for inviting me, man. I'm excited to be a part of this. And let's grow. Let's be good.
Absolutely, man. And tell us, what have you been doing since college, man? What's your life been like?
Man, I've been all over the place, man. Started out teaching. Then I ended up in the food industry for a little bit. Went on to do some trucking. Little bit of welding also. Then now I work in pharmacy. And, you can find me anywhere around Orlando, man. Breaking ankles, taking names.
The man of steel. And for the viewers out there, if you happen to hear the breaking in and out of his service, he's in Jamaica right now. And if anybody knows, Jamaica just took a huge hit with the hurricane. So he's depending on some data right now, and there's no internet, there's no power over there. They're still recuperating. So the fact that you made it onto this, Kaylon, we really appreciate you, my man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Awesome, man. Last but not least, when I think of soccer, I always think of this guy. I still think that if he didn't have a brutal injury our senior year, he'd be playing professionally somewhere right now. But anytime I get a chance to play soccer with this guy, or anytime I get to watch it with him, I always feel like I fall in love with the game all over again. He was my roommate, my teammate, my brother. His name is Steven, but we all call him Harvey. Or for me, I call him Harvestos. So Harvestos, welcome to the show, my man.
Harvinho.
Wow, bro, that was certainly a mouthful. But I'm flattered, to say the least, and I'm very happy to be here, man, because as you know, I'm soccer obsessed, man, and I just hope to bring some real, truthful insights to the podcast, So I'm here, and I'm going to do what it do.
I love it. And tell us, what have you been up to since the college days?
That's a funny question, bro. So it's kind of because of you, but we had that one job together over 10 years ago, and I kind of just got lost in the sales world, you know, and I've been able to kind of find my path and make a comfortable living for myself. I am trying to dial it back a little bit though, and trying to go into like business ownership and stuff like that. So I do have a small business right now. It's a photo booth company. We do weddings and any kind of celebrations here in Central Florida. So if you guys got a party coming up, just call me.
Oh, I love how this is becoming an advertisement for everybody.
You know?
Well, awesome, guys. Well, I'm super excited to have all of you on. And look, I want to give the viewers a quick rundown on how this is all going to work. Everybody here is going to have a topic that hopefully brings some knowledge to all of you at home. They'll give you some insight, and then we're going to open it up for discussion. Sound good with everybody here?
Yes.
Ready to rock. Cool. So let's go ahead and get into our first topic. Very simply, what is the World Cup? I'm going to take it back to you, Lucas. Can you explain the World Cup to the viewers? The floor is yours.
So I did some research so we can talk about what's the World Cup and how it's been growing throughout the years. So the World Cup is it's an international tournament where some nations actually they qualify for it. They compete to become the world champion. So it started. It's impossible to talk about the World Cup without talking about the Olympics. The tournament, the soccer was only a part of the competition in the Olympics. So the Olympics was the only soccer tournament in the world back in the 1900s. And at the beginning of the 20th century, that's where the nations were getting together to become the world champion. So soccer was growing fast, and FIFA, the organization that governs football worldwide, they realized that the Olympics, they could no longer represent the best players in the world. So they decided to give it a shot for the World Cup. So they invited a few nations, like they invited a bunch of nations to compete in Uruguay. And Uruguay was the place where they decided to go because Uruguay was a huge power in soccer. They were back-to-back Olympic champions. So they were also celebrating the 100th anniversary of their independence. They became the host for the first World Cup. 13 nations participated in it. Most nations were from South America, a few nations from Europe, because it was really difficult to travel during that time. People had to get like ships and all that to make it to Uruguay. And the World Cup was a success. Uruguay became the first world champion, and FIFA decided to continue organizing it every 4 years. So we're going for I don't know what edition is it?
I think so. 20.
Yeah,
I think it's a good number.
It's a good number. There was no World Cup in 1942, 46 because of the World War, the World War II. But every 4 years there were World Cups, and Brazil was the only country that participated in all of the editions of the World Cup. And today, people like the nations, they compete in qualifying rounds so they can be a part of it. It's over 200 nations competing to be a part of it. And in this edition, there are going to be 48 teams in it. So I believe we're going to talk about a little more over the next topic.
Let me ask y'all something. Well, what's the first World Cup that y'all actually remember, like watching games? Like
South Korea.
For me, it was 2002.
Yep, South Korea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was 2002 too. Actually, Brazil was the World Cup where Ronaldo.
I remember being in Jamaica. We had to watch the games at like 2 or 4 a.m. in the morning. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was the same here in Brazil. It was actually like 6 a.m., like 4 a.m. I remember waking up to watch it. Like my dad would wake me up to watch the games.
There you go.
Yeah, man. My thing is from the 98 World Cup, man, and Jamaica was made it, man. That's my favorite all time.
That's the one that was held in, was that in France?
France.
Yeah, it was France.
Was that the last time Jamaica was in it, Caleb?
Yep.
Last and first.
Okay. Hey, I have faith that they'll qualify this year.
The 1998, I don't remember. I was 4, so.
But for the viewers, just to think, right, 22 years, or not 22 years, but 22 editions every 4 years. I believe FIFA was founded like early 1900 because before it was like,
I think it was 1904 if I'm not mistaken.
So, and yeah, because you said Olympics was a way that everybody found out who was the best. who was the best team. Now it's, of course, the World Cup. But did you guys know that the first international match ever was actually England versus Scotland? Did you guys know? I had no idea. I found that out today.
No.
First
I
international.
was today years old.
I was today years old when I found out the first international soccer match was England versus Scotland.
That's crazy. And who won that game?
I think England didn't. I don't even know.
Probably England.
Is that really international?
I think England.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
cool. So now that we, of course, so this leads me into, of course, the next topic. The World Cup is a cultural thing, right? And we know it is everywhere else. We talk about Brazil, who is the only country who's ever been in every single World Cup, which is kind of nuts. It's kind of crazy to think that they're the only
biggest
team,
winner as well.
the biggest winner. They have 5, correct?
Sorry.
The next one's Germany, right? With like
Yeah.
3.
No, I think
Germany,
it's
4.
Germany. I think Italy might have be up there as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. Germany 4, Italy 4,
Oh,
Argentina.
Italy has 4.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I thought they had 3.
Holy smokes! I didn't
Hey,
even know.
if y'all had to take a guess, how many years do you think until the USA gets one?
This
Soon.
year,
I bet soon, dude. Yeah.
We can all hope.
bro, there are so many immigrants here now. They might as well. I mean, they might as well play another team for another country, and they just play for us now. So,
Yeah.
cool. So, well, again, next topic, the significance, right? Now this cultural significance, it's everywhere else in the world. It just seems to be, a focal point. And now that the United States is being a host, and Mexico and Canada, Jay, can you tell us a little bit about that significance now?
Absolutely. All right. So let's start with this. The 2026 World Cup is not just another World Cup. This one's different. This one's extra. For the first time in history, the World Cup will be hosted by 3 countries at the same time: United States, Mexico, and Canada. That's 3 flags and 3 anthems. FIFA has never done this before, not because they didn't want to, but because no other region could actually pull this off. But let's go back and talk about history for a second. Estadio Azteca in Mexico City is about to do something absolutely insane. It'll become the first stadium in the world to host 3 different World Cups. The one in 1970, the one in 1986, and now the one in 2026. That stadium has seen Pelé lift the trophy, and we all remember Maradona scoring that hand of God. So, and the Estadio is pretty much saying, I'm still here. At this point, Estadio Azteca isn't just a stadium. It's a living soccer hall of fame with grass. I mean, it's Mexico's Coliseum, right? And the U.S. does the World Cup differently. Here's where North America really changes the game. Most countries hosting a World Cup build stadiums specifically for this tournament. They're beautiful, and then 5 years later, they're empty and abandoned. The U.S. was like, oh, we're good. The U.S. actually has existing NFL stadiums that already host Super Bowls, concerts, playoff games, and tailgates that deserve their own documentary. That's another topic for another day. But some of these stadiums hold 80,000 to 100,000 people. That's bigger than the most World Cup finals have ever been. So when fans from all around the world show up, they're going to think, oh, this is how America does everything. Big. So now let's talk about the geography, because this part is wild. There'll be 16 host cities across 3 countries, making this the most spread out World Cup in history. In the U.S., we have New York, New Jersey, Los Angeles, Dallas, Houston, Atlanta, Miami, Seattle, San Francisco, Kansas City, Boston, and Philadelphia. In Mexico, we got Mexico City, Guadalajara, shout out to Chivas, and Monterrey. In Canada, you have Toronto and Vancouver. So you could literally watch a game in Vancouver, fly south for tacos and tequila in Mexico City, and then end up at the final in the U.S. That's not just a tournament. That's a soccer road trip, right? And here's the real significance, and this matters. The 2026 World Cup expands to 48 teams. That means more countries, more fans, more underdog stories, which I love, and more people suddenly pretending they've always loved soccer. Yeah, I'm talking to all the Ted Lassos out there. This tournament will explode youth participation, boost MLS and Liga MX, bring massive global investment, and finally make the soccer feel mainstream in North America. Dude, after 2026, soccer won't be the sport that people watch during the World Cup. It'll be the sport people stick with afterwards, right? And here's a fun statistic. When the final whistle blows in 2026, this will officially be the most attended World Cup in history. not because of one iconic stadium, but because North America has the scale, the infrastructure, and the chaos tolerance to do it bigger than anyone has ever done it. So I'll close with this. The 2026 World Cup isn't just coming to North America. It's announcing that North America has officially arrived on the global stage. I rest my case, Judge.
Dude, that was a lot to unpack.
Yeah.
I got kind of some chills right there. I'm like, I'm hype. I'm ready. I'm ready to jump to tequila and tacos right now. Give me
That's
some
what
tequila.
I'm saying.
This is where the MLS no longer becomes the retirement league.
Hell yeah.
That's right. That's right. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
My biggest question with this is when I think about the World Cup and I got the opportunity, and I appreciate Lucas, for letting me basically live in Brazil for the 2014 World Cup. The one thing I notice about Brazil is that everything stops. Like the world stops. The only thing that matters for that whole month is the World Cup, at least. And I don't think that's of course, that's not only in Brazil, Mexico, Chile, Jamaica, you name it, like they stop, and that's what their focus is. Do we think that the US is going to have that same reaction this year?
Here in Brazil, like people don't work when Brazil plays. I don't know how is it gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be.
I think
That
there's going to
deep
be
over
certain
there.
spots and areas.
Yeah, I agree.
You
Like
know,
what-
like if
what-
the reason I say that because here in North America right now, there's like certain hotbeds of soccer around the country. It's not like the NFL or like the NBA, like it's certain places like Atlanta and St. Louis, Orlando, Southern California, where it's like soccer is the
Big
sport,
academy. Yeah, big
So I
academy.
think in those areas you might see that, but like just realistically speaking, like somewhere in the Midwest, maybe not.
Like we'll say, yeah, Kansas. Like, I don't think they'll stop.
Well, Kansas is a soccer state too.
But I mean, Pat Mahomes has like the owns the women's team there, right? I mean, maybe for women, but I don't know, man. It's
Hey,
hard to say.
I think after we win a World Cup, I think we can expect something like that. Because one thing about this country is that the people here get behind winners, bro.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
But
Yeah.
also the culture, the atmosphere, right? Because
Yeah.
even the MLS has tried to bring that over from different countries. Because when you go to a game in Brazil, in Argentina, and Mexico, the stadium and the energy is completely different watching a sports game here in the US. So by
Yeah.
bringing people from all over the world and filling that energy up in these new stadiums, it's going to be, people are going to open their eyes and be like, holy crap, like this is awesome. They're going to feel it. They're going to understand what we see.
Yeah, and I think there's a huge with the influx of immigrants now, because I mean that's why all these
Yeah.
cities have these MLS teams now, and I mean, let's be honest, all the chants in every stadium are almost the same. They just replace it with the team name, right? So like when I go to like a Charlotte FC game here, that I'm a season pass holder here in Charlotte. Like it's all, I mean, the Hispanics are the ones getting rowdy. They're the ones lifting the flags. They're doing the thing, the internationals, people from England, because that's who the players are, right? Like the Charlotte FC team has a lot of players from England, Colombia, things, Israel, places of that nature. So they're super involved in it. And same thing with Atlanta. I remember going to like my first games in Atlanta back in 2017 when they first, their inaugural season. But it was like finally it was like finally time for Atlanta to have a team, because there were so many internationals there ready to support it. So I think that, yeah, like Harvey said, like in certain cities where there's a huge influx of internationals, I think we can expect that. I just,
Yeah, man, and even
don't
to add to
know.
that too, man, you gotta bring in the first generation Americans, man. That's where it's really gonna start off, man. Whenever these first generation kids grow up, they bring that culture with them, and that's what's gonna bring a love to the game back to America, and I think it's gonna bring it to some new heights, man. They come in the academies, everything, they're gonna bring that vibe, that culture, that everything, and it's gonna be great things, man.
For sure. So, I mean, I'm excited for it, for sure, that the U.S. is involved in Mexico. I mean, we talked about it because, look, we're trying to make it to Mexico, man. For that first game is going to be nuts, and we're going to talk about that later on in the podcast. But I'm excited that it is in places that we can travel to pretty easily within the United States. We all are living in cities nearby, or not in a city there. I'm kind of upset, man, that Charlotte didn't get picked. But it is what it is. It's going to be fun regardless. I got Atlanta right down the street.
That's
But
right.
cool. So now that we know about the World Cup and we understand the significance of it and it coming here to the United States, which again, it's the first time since '94, and it's going to be not only the United States, but Canada and Mexico. What does the team have to do to even be included in the World Cup? Arvestos, I'll take it over to you, so my man.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna dial it back a little bit. I kind of want to just let you guys know how many teams, have been in the World Cup since the beginning so that, you guys can kind of understand the significance of what they're doing this year for the first time. So I got some notes here. So the first World Cup in 1930, we had 13 teams compete. The second one in 34, there was 16. And from there until about 1978, it was 16 teams. Then between 1982 and 1994, they added 8 more teams, so we had 24 teams competing at that point. And then from 98 all the way up until 2022, it was 32 teams competing to see who's the best. Now, here in 2026, this is the first year we're going to have 48 teams, so it's going to be bigger and better. And this is actually the first time it's being hosted across 3 host nations. So just a little insight on how they choose these teams, right? The entire world, I guess you can say, is split up into 6 different conferences. And I'm going to just go through them and let you guys know how many teams are qualifying from each conference. So the first one we have is the Asian Football Conference. They have the 8 best teams from that conference will qualify, and then they have 1 playoff spot. The next one is the African Conference. It's the CAF. They get 9 direct spots, and then they have 1 playoff spot. And then going on, we have the CONCACAF. That's basically North America, Central America, and I guess you could say Canada. They get 6 direct spots as well as 2 playoff spots. Then we have the CONMEBOL. That's South America. They get 6 direct spots and 1 playoff spot. We have Oceania, which is the OFC. They get 1 direct spot and 1 playoff spot. And by direct spots, I mean, the best 6 or 8 teams that are in that conference. Those are who are getting those spots. And the UEFA, which is Europe and probably the most famous conference, they get 16 direct spots. So once we have all 40 teams that are picked, the way they decide who's going to play who is they basically make 4 pots of 10 teams each, right? And the way they line them up is you have basically, in order of FIFA ranking, the best all the way to the last, and then you have the additional 8 playoff spots there. I'm sorry, 4 playoff spots there at the end in the pots. So the playoffs are going to be in pot 4, along with the worst 6 teams, and then pots 1, 2, and 3 are basically in order of FIFA ranking from best to last. So once we make these pots, they're going to make 12 groups of 4 teams each. And they're going to be drawing 1 team from each pot. That way they're trying to spread out the competition, make sure it's even. You don't want to have all the good teams in one group and then all the, not so good teams in one group. So when they do it this way, they're able to make sure that it's fair for everybody, even though you might still end up in the group of death.
Yeah. We're going to talk about that in the next show as well.
Yes,
and
sir.
no, we're going to explain how these pots work. We're going to talk about how the brackets work, how the groups work, and we're going to dive into that, of course, in our next episode. But the fact that all these and this is the first time, right, that we talked about that there's 48 countries, and like we said, the significance behind that is what did you say? How many participate to begin with? It's like 200, right? 200 countries get the opportunity to participate in it.
Yeah, anybody who has a football federation can qualify for the World Cup. So, you qualify through like regional tournaments and then the World Cup qualifying and whatnot.
Yeah. So this is
I think it's a little over 200. It's like just about 200.
Yeah. So this is a crazy stat. It's only 80 countries have actually ever participated, right? So
Do you know how many countries have ever won the World Cup?
8.
Wow.
8. That's crazy. That's nuts. Out of 80 countries, only out of 22 different tournaments.
Sounds like corruption to me.
We'll have a whole episode on that too.
Yeah, I know, right? But
We're gonna have fun
that's
with that.
out of 22 tournaments, they've been won by 8 different countries. Those 8 countries: Brazil, Germany, Uruguay, Argentina, Germany, France, Italy, and Spain.
England.
Spain.
Boom. Oh, England.
England.
Wait, did I mess it up? So
Yeah,
maybe
I think you only
England,
said 7.
7. Did I say 7? 8?
Brazil, Germany, Italy, Argentina, France, Uruguay, England, and Spain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I was just missing England. Cool. So that's nuts. That only those teams have won, and the English, I feel like they have like a duty to win it because technically soccer started in England.
England, yeah.
So you imagine if they would have never won one
Like
by now, that'd be a problem. That would be a problem. You know, I was actually watching a podcast the other day, and I was seeing how people talking about who wins the World Cup first, Mexico or the U.S., and the bragging rights they would have if that team won. Do you guys imagine that?
Yeah.
So
I'm a little biased since I'm Mexican American. Either one's fine with me.
yeah, it kind of makes it hard, man. And same here. And then now that we have, 80 have ever participated, but we have for the first time as of now, it's going to be more than 80 because we still have these playoffs that are involved. But so far, there's 4 teams that are brand new to the World Cup. Do we know who those 4 teams are?
I think
Curacao.
Curacao. Yeah, I think that's the only one I know.
And I saw this list recently.
Uzbekistan. So Curacao, Uzbekistan,
Yep.
Yeah.
and there's one more, I think. Jordan.
I
Jordan.
didn't know that we're in the
So
World Cup.
those 4 they're about to make their debut in the World Cup. So that 80 is
So
going to turn.
are they already in the World Cup or are they in the play
Yeah, they've
playoffs?
qualified.
They've
Yeah,
qualified already.
Those
Yeah.
have already qualified.
We're gonna be putting Jamaica on that list pretty soon.
Best believe it. You best
More
believe.
games.
Just letting y'all know.
So that leads me to next, right? So now that we understand that only 48 teams can make it to this World Cup, Kaylon, tell the viewers who are the teams that have made it in the World Cup so far, and what teams are still pending per se their playoff spot.
All right, man. So we're gonna do this by the continents. We have in Africa, we got Algeria, Cape Verde, Egypt, Ghana, Ivory Coast, Morocco, Senegal, South Africa, and Tunisia coming out of Africa. In Asia, we got the Australians, Iran, Japan, Jordan, as I mentioned before, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, South Korea, and Uzbekistan. Coming out of Europe, the big group, Austria, Belgium, Croatia, England, France, Germany, Netherlands, Norway, Portugal, Scotland, Spain, and the Netherlands. Out of Oceania, we got New Zealand. In the Americas now, we have the Argentinians, Brazil, as we know, Colombia, Ecuador, Paraguay, Uruguay, Curacao, first time, Panama, Haiti, making it in the jump, USA, Mexico, and Canada. And, we still got some more teams coming out of Europe. They still got their little thing going on. And, of course, our playoffs coming up in March.
Nice. So we have these teams, and I think something the viewers need to know as well is, Mexico, Canada, and the U.S. automatically qualify for the World Cup because they're host nations. So whenever you're a host nation, you automatically make it in the World Cup. It'd be kind of crappy, right? Like how's you gonna have it in the country and it not be a thing, right? But USA, I think would have qualified regardless, and I think Mexico as well, right? But no, I don't know.
I don't think so, man.
Mexico, I don't know. I don't think Canada would have made it though. I don't know. I have no idea.
I think they were actually the first one to qualify from this region,
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm judging the games more recently.
Yeah, man. My thing is, man, Canada. Remember, Canada is a big team too, man. Canada been doing their thing since Gold Cup. So, yeah, I think they're a team to look out for too. Mexico and USA, I don't know. All right, so in the playoffs, we got a European playoff going on right now. Well, for March, so we're gonna have Albania, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Czechia, Denmark, Italy, Kosovo, Poland, Republic of Ireland, Slovakia, Turkey, Ukraine, Wales, Romania, Sweden, Northern Ireland and North Macedonia. They're going to be fighting for them last 4 European spots that are coming. And then, we have the intercontinental playoff teams: Bolivia, DR Congo, Iraq, Jamaica, New Caledonia, and Suriname. They're going to be all playing in March. We're going to figure out who's going to take them last 6 spots in this World Cup. You already know, man, we got Jamaica in it to win it. You know what I mean? We're going to see Congo in the finals of that playoff. So, man, I hope who we're going to see first? New Caledonia. I hope they're ready, man, because we're coming for that spot.
I mean, I guess my question for you guys, are there any teams that we hear that we're like really excited for, that we heard the name of the country and we're just like, I'm excited to see these people play?
I'm excited to see all the underdogs. We always see these underdog teams coming to the World Cup, and most of them are civilians with second jobs, and they're not professional, and they come out and they ball out, dude. I love seeing those countries and those guys just play their hearts out, man, because it really is just like a once in a lifetime opportunity for them, right? That's exciting to see.
Yeah, for sure. Harvey, how about you?
Morocco. I say it's going to be Morocco.
But Morocco made it to the semifinals last World Cup.
All right, they're going to go to the finals.
Are you not excited to see Holland, Norway?
Dude, that's what
I think they're going to, yeah, I am. And I'm happy for them and that he's helped his team qualify and whatnot. But you and I both know that you can't do it by yourself. And like, how many teams do you know that has like an amazing attack, but that back line is weak?
I can remember.
They're going to get exposed, bro. So the thing is, dog, you can't outscore your opponent every single game. You got to have defense too.
Defense wins championships.
He is a really good player. I'm excited to see what he does. He's probably going to end up top scorer, but if I'm going to tell you whether or not I think they're actually going to win it, respectfully, I don't think so.
Yeah. But you honestly think Morocco is going to win it all? Like, that's what you feel?
They're dominant. They're dominant.
I think they have a great chance playing as a unit. The thing about them is they don't have any superstars, but all their starting 11 and all their players they're playing in top how can I put this? Like 5-star teams like Real Madrid, Arsenal, Manchester United, like PSG. Like, they have quality players. And then if you talk about like the up and coming ones that are going into their first World Cup, like, I just think if they can put it together, they got a good shot.
For sure. Lucas, how about you? Who are you excited for hearing that list?
Brazil! We all knew that was coming. Is Neymar going to play or not? What do you think? Should he be on it?
He should be on it. He should be on it, for sure.
You think he should be?
He's definitely our best player in a long time.
But I will say, if Jamaica qualifies, that Morocco thing is out the door.
Yeah, I'm excited for Jamaica.
I remember the Brazil of like 2002. Like, y'all remember Joga Bonito, man? Like, Ronaldinho.
Yeah, Kaká. That was a dominant era for Brazil.
Like, is that Brazil going to come back this year?
The Joga Bonito.
Never. I don't think we'll ever see the Brazil.
Did you hear Ronaldinho? Like, what do you think about what he said about the Brazilian team? How disappointed he was.
Well, I didn't see, what did he say?
Just saying on how disappointing he was in all the young kids and all that talent and just not being able to win. Like, he's like, this is
physicality. He said there's no physicality on the team.
I mean, I think it's a topic we could get into sometime. How physical the game has been.
It's changed.
Like, now it has changed because like we don't see that magic anymore. Like, it's rare to see that magic.
Yeah, and going off what he said, I mean, the game has completely changed. It's more athletic.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody wants to do the same strategy as Pep. So, it's hard to do that magic when everybody's just so athletic. It's such a much more athletic game now, and tactical too, dude. It's such more tactical than ever.
Yeah, and I think Brazil has always believed in talent that they haven't adapted for the physical game.
But what I also see happening is the Brazilian players aren't developing in Brazil. You know what I'm saying? They grab them when they're 16 and 15 and they send them to Europe. So they adopt that style.
Right.
And that's what ends up being played on the national team. Correct me
Right.
if I'm wrong.
It takes
No,
away
it is.
it
It's
takes away
true.
from their
You can
culture.
see the Estevão, the Chelsea player right now. He just turned 18. He's already in Chelsea. He's a starter in
Yeah.
Chelsea right now, and he
You
just
know,
turned 18. He played like a year or so here, and that's it.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
recruiting them young nowadays.
Yeah, bro. They're trying to put them through La Masia, right?
And
Hey.
then whenever Brazil can adapt to like being physical with the talent that the only Brazilians have, then it's another
back.
5 World Cups.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's one of those things now that the rest of the world is starting to catch up, you know? They really are. And I think it does have to do with a lot of these big club teams taking these people in young when they see any bit of athleticism, you know? They're like, because think about it, man. Some of these kids are starting in at like 6, 7, 8 years old and they're putting them into these academies. Like, do you really know if a kid's going to be that great at 6, 7, 8 years old? Like,
The
you really
Messi
don't.
syndrome.
But hey, my kid is somewhat athletic and I got money to put him in there. Let's see what happens. You know, it's kind of crazy.
Definitely.
yeah.
And so, I mean, for me, without a doubt, I am really, really excited to see the U.S. play. And I don't know what it is about it. I think it's just because of, you know, Mauricio Pochettino, the head coach. He got all that backlash like a year ago because they
I'm happy
weren't
for
winning
him.
anything. Yeah, and they were just like, hey, this isn't going to go anywhere. They haven't lost in the last 5 games. And in the last 5 games, they beat Paraguay, who is in their group, Australia, who is in their group, and Uruguay. They beat Uruguay 5-1 with like their second string.
We got the easy group because we're the host, bro.
Sounds about right.
Thank you, Trump. Thank you, Trump.
Mr. Peace
Yeah,
Award.
I'm
you-
not mad though. I'm not
young
mad.
team.
I'm not mad. We have no excuse why we shouldn't make it to the playoffs.
Yeah.
No,
116 at least. Yeah.
like it just come on, man. There's no reason why we shouldn't. Like I honestly feel like if there's anywhere, because the furthest that U.S. has ever gone was quarterfinals, right? And I think that was in South Korea. I think it was that one that they made it
Was
to
it?
the quarterfinals,
I thought it was in Brazil.
or maybe was it? No, they didn't make it to quarterfinals in Brazil.
It was
I don't think so. Or maybe it was.
Jay's doing.
it was 18, right? 2018.
Was it 18? It's been a while.
Let's see. I'm using
see.
my best friend ChatGPT right now. I'm cheating.
Sponsor us.
Huh? Not loading though.
No, it's the internet. It's the internet. You
All
need
right,
to.
well, let's see. Host nation best modern run was 2002. Beat Mexico in round 16. Lost to Germany in the quarterfinals. Yep,
There you go.
that's the one.
2002.
2002. That's the
like-
farthest they've gone.
So
Quarterfinals.
they have to be able to match that. I feel like it's a fail for the US if they can't match their best that they did in 2002. Could we all agree on that?
Yeah, I definitely think so. And again, I mean, they're such a young team, and now with a little bit more experience, since almost all of them, a lot of players are playing in Europe and big
Europe.
leagues.
Yeah.
We,
Yep.
there is a certain expectation that they should be going that far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And look, we're all gonna talk about this in later podcasts. And I know this is going a little longer because we started talking. We were waiting for Kalon to jump back on because we know he's in the bush right now. right as we're ending the podcast, right? But this does lead me into what we're going to dive into, of course, in our next show. To all the viewers out there, where not only are we going to break down the draw, like Harvey had talked about earlier, how people become, part of it in the draw, how teams are placed, their current groups that they're going to be in, the group stages themselves, and our honest opinions on these group stages, who we think the group of death is going to be, who the group of life is going to be, and just a full breakdown of how the bracket works, where these group stage matches will be played as well. But for all you viewers at home, we appreciate you guys being with us today. We're excited for the next few episodes as we build those for you as well. So until we meet again for some more chaos, culture, and football, we are the 90th Minute Hooligans, and we'll see you next week, guys.
Touchline talks. No tactics. No filters. Just soccer and some hooligans.